There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people.
What's up, guys? It's Alex.
It's Quinn.
It's Iconic Comic. We're back and we're ready to react to Avengers Endgame, the big game spot that was shown during the Super Bowl last Sunday. We already saw it because we were there. We were watching the Super Bowl.
We were there.
we were there, but we're still going to react to it again. It was amazing. It was short and it was still didn't show anything.
Right.
It really didn't show anything.
But I'm sure if we could probably we'll break it down a little bit after we watch it because this is a reaction. I'm sure when we break it down, there's going to be a couple things we're like that could be some info there. But
maybe
I thought it was a really good spot. Let's go ahead and watch it again for clarity. 3, 2, 1. Bastards.
Okay, so I just noticed like all that's in rubble almost.
God, he's so angry. That's dope.
So they're working on a ship to get back home.
Or a suit.
To Earth. Or a suit.
Where's Hawkeye? It looked like some weird space portal something.
Not us.
God. I love how serious I take Rocket Raccoon now. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's walking with the Avengers, and he's a walking, talking raccoon, and it feels normal. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. You know, when he started talking, I didn't think it was Cap at first. I thought it was Thanos.
Cap's got a little, he's bearing down. It's like Cap uses different voices when he's doing different things. Like when he's talking to Thor, he gets down real deep.
When he's getting out, or when
Thor.
When he was walking out of Hawkeye's family's house.
Thor. Thor. Like that's the only way you're gonna get Thor's attention. Like, and when he's he has the same voice when he's doing a pump up speech, like a pregame pep talk, which is kind of what that was. And it was so simple. I some people move on, but not us. Not us. Because there's got to be a time jump, right? Well, here, let's kind of go through it a little bit. So I like that they had all the, little snippets of the other movies, but it was only, they highlighted the red, and everything else was gray and blacked out, just like the logo. The logo dusts away. And then we get just these desolate shots.
Dark and ominous, day after tomorrow type of...
Right, and I love it. You know what, honestly, shots like this and other shots in this little spot and even in the first trailer, it's directed by the same people. It's directed by the Russo brothers. It's not a part 1, part 2. It's just a continuation of the story. They just got rid of the name part 1, part 2. But the Russos always said it's not a part 1, part 2. They are two separate movies with a beginning, middle, and an end. Some people are like, the last movie was just a cliffhanger, and it wasn't a full real movie. You have to watch this to get the full movie. I'm like, no. If you follow Thanos, it's a beginning, middle, end. He gets what he wants and completes his mission. He's the protagonist, really, in his own story.
They tie it in a nice bow. It's just not a happy ending.
Right. And no, just your heroes didn't win this time. But every Marvel movie is just all right, and now what's going to happen next? What's going to happen? It's just honestly, it's like a big TV show. But I always didn't really believe them when they were they're two just separate movies, because they filmed them back to back and all this other stuff. The style of the film seems completely different than Infinity War. The way it's shot, the way the film looks, the tone of it, it just looks completely different. I don't know the camera grade of it, but we get some shots of New York, obviously. You get the Statue of Liberty here.
All around there.
Those boats aren't there normally.
No.
Those look like boats that have washed up there.
Yeah.
Maybe people who were out at sea before.
Might not be in in rubble, but yeah, they're all just kind of, or maybe that's where they all decided to meet in one
Maybe.
neutral location. I don't know.
Well, it is Ellis Island. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, it's half of Earth. We don't know that. It's half of the universe. It could be 75% of Earth.
Well, really, if you think about it, if you take half of each planet, that's half the universe.
Right, but we don't know that's what that the stones did. Like, they could be like, all right, a couple of these planets only have 10,000 people on them. They're just gone. It'll all balance out eventually when we do it this way. So, like, what if there's, like,
but then that's
only...
not...
So there's, 7 billion people on Earth?
Mm-hmm.
What if there's only, 5 or 6 billion people... Or, sorry, what if there's 5 or 6 billion people got dusted? Like...
That's more than half.
Right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is we don't know if that meant half of every planet or just half of the universe, and it's just random.
Well, Thanos controlled the stones, right?
Yeah, but he didn't choose who got dusted. Like, he didn't choose Peter Parker. Like, if he chose who got dusted, it would have been all the Avengers. You know what I mean? Like, so that this ain't gonna... Like, Thor, for sure. Like, if he could choose, he's like, all right, Thor almost got me. Let's go ahead and take care of that dude right there.
Yeah. Maybe the stones...
Maybe they don't want it to really happen.
And they left the original Avengers there for a reason. It's like the Watchers are the ones that are
right.
Kind of like...
Well, I said the stones have like almost a sentient kind of quality to them.
Yeah.
I think that's what Red Skull said.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just keep it going. I love how like 2 shots in, we're like analyzing this deep backstory of the Infinity Stones. And then we get a shot of the baseball stadium completely. But I'm also like, well, I mean, it could just be there's no game going on right now.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But looks like a lot of crashed cars in the parking lot. Like there's just like piles of them.
Maybe.
So there's that. This poster, though, this is like one of those like DARE posters that you see in school, like the Don't Do Drugs posters, but it's like something that you would see in a school, like a self-help poster.
So that tells me that there is a time jump.
It has to be.
Because
they got posters.
Yeah, they have posters about it. They're trying to rehabilitate the world. And then you look over, there's a group of people. That one person looks like they have gray hair.
I'm guessing it's a vets meeting, like a veterans meeting. That's why Cap's there.
Maybe it's that one meeting that in the Winter Soldier that oh my gosh, that Falcon runs.
It's kind of like those PTSD veterans help groups, because it even looks like that. It like you see the flags in the back and just some crappy school chairs in a circle and some assembly hall thing. But I love it. Where do we go now that they're gone? Like, this is why I like it, because I'm really hoping, at least for a bit of this movie, we see how this affected the world, not just the Avengers. Because obviously we know we're going to see the Avengers. I want to see how the world's dealing with this. I want to see people, like, that's why I love that post-credit scene of Ant-Man before it got goofy with the Ant playing drums. Yeah. I loved that eerie emergency warning signal. And like the streets and the houses are just
creepy too.
Yeah, the streets and the houses are just
It always scared me when they would do that.
Oh, where it was like a test.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, this is a test. Like, this is not a test. Like, all right. So where do we go then now that they're gone? And I like how it's like the shadows. That's cool, man.
And how many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Okay, sorry, I thought
there were 6.
Well,
I guess if you count. Never mind.
Yeah.
Get a nice shot of Cat clenching his jaw like he's about ready to fuck shit up. Like his vein in his neck is popping out.
His lips kind of look funny.
Well, it's because I paused it here. All right, now he's just serious.
Yeah.
I like how he kept the length of his hair, and he's just like, no more beard. This is super serious now.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really care.
But we're like, I just really hope there's a good chunk of this movie dedicated to just sadness, honestly. And that's a really morbid thing to say, but when something as big as half of the life in the universe disappearing happens, we can't just go, all right, what do we do next? You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some
But they
feeling.
might when Tony and Cap see each other again.
Oh, right. But like I'm saying, like you said, it looks like there's a time jump. I'm hoping that we get to see some of that. Like, just some of that, like, the world dealing with it, the Avengers dealing with it. There's got to be some sort of, like, it can't, like there's that shot of Cap crying and all that. Like, this isn't just a, all right, guys, let's go. No, it's like, we lost. And we got to kind of deal with it for a little bit. We got to rehab.
My eyes are really itching. Sorry.
So, shot of Cap.
Freeze. Okay, right
Boom.
here. They're still on Titan.
You think they're on Titan? They're not in space? In the ship?
They might be on a ship on Titan.
Okay.
But imagine the raw materials that Tony could use.
Or just, like, he uses a bunch of stuff that's on the Guardian ship to make, like, a new suit, or like,
just why not just fix the ship and get home?
well, I mean, I don't know if Tony knows. Like, Tony's definitely one of the smartest people in the world, but this isn't, like, his tech. He doesn't really know how to do it. And I'm sure Nebula might actually be able to, like, they're working together, clearly. This has given me so many vibes from Iron Man 1 in the cave.
Yeah.
With him and Jensen.
Yeah.
With scrap. Like, Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. Like,
Yeah, this is what they're doing again.
and he's got the tank on, and if they like kind of redo a little scene of him just boom hammering, like, and this shot really tells me Tony's dead. Like, they're bookending this journey of Iron Man. This is a definite mirror of the first movie, with no real plan, no blueprints. I have to do this with my mind and what's around me, and he's got a assistant, Nebula or Jensen.
So they're going to end it like they started it. They're going to end him like they started him out. Bold move, Cotton.
So that cool shot there. So we get a shot of Widow, Cap, Bruce, Rhodey, looking like something's landing almost, and they're looking up at it, like
Captain Marvel.
Or Cap or Tony, or
Oh,
Captain
yeah.
Marvel or Tony, one of the two. And again, there seems to be like I don't know who it would be, but it seems to be like there's like a too big of a gap right there. Like they may have CGI'd out something like between Rhodey and Banner, like because they did that so much in in Infinity War. All the trailers there were CGI'd out things, and so I don't know. But they're outside of Avengers compound, but they don't. I'm trying to like look at their faces. Like what are they? They look confused almost.
Well, they look like, oh, this is what we've been waiting for. Like, sigh of relief type of, okay.
That's kind of what Widow looks like. Widow is like she just saw Tony, like took you long enough.
But your CGI comment, I don't think that's accurate. Can you see how far forward Rhodey
It could just
is?
be the angle. You're right, but I'm just saying we know Marvel. You can't trust Marvel's trailers. You can't.
No.
Like honestly, any of these shots in here could not be in the movie. This whole thing could be fake. So we get that cool shot there. We get Rocket opening up some cabin or something.
See where he is, though? He's next to, looks like crab
Right, he's on
crab
the beach
traps.
or something.
So, you think he's in Wakanda?
Well, I don't know. Like, is there much ocean around Wakanda? I mean, I thought it was pretty central Africa.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
he's definitely. I mean, I don't.
Wonder Woman. I don't know.
This is a shot that just really intrigued me. Like, where's he going? What's he doing? Is he on Earth? Like, I mean, you would assume he's on Earth, but like, I don't.
He's next to a big
What?
body of water.
Like, this is not something that's connecting in my head with anything else that we've seen in any Marvel movie up to now. Like,
Why don't we put a pin in it?
we'll put a pin in it.
We'll put a pin in that one.
But it's cool seeing Rocket, and I like. God, we were just saying, like, it's
normal.
so serious.
He's such a solid character now.
He's a raccoon. He's a trash.
He
can.
called me vermin!
Get Widow.
Okay, that is Widow.
And I'm almost convinced there's a time jump now because her hair is longer than it was in Infinity War. It's like she's got it tied up.
You think they're all training?
Dude, If this is a training sequence, oh my god! Well, look where they are now. Like, that's a huge. Was there a lake near Avengers compound? I can't remember. Or a body of water, perhaps.
There might have been.
Like whatever. What is there? Like what river goes through New York? Or is there a river around New York?
They could have just invented a river for the movie.
That's true.
Like
they have Wakanda. Like Wakanda's not
it's
real.
It's in upstate New York, isn't it?
Right.
It's not New York City.
Right, but it's fairly close because they were in New York City in Infinity War, and then the thing, like, it kind of panned back and showed Avengers compound over there when they shot out the unlock 17A, or like whatever. So Widow's training. Just okay. We get Ant-Man and Rhodey. Oh, it's a suit up. God, like what's going on? Are they about to go into the quantum realm? Like Ant-Man showed up and he's like, look.
I think Captain Marvel showed up and they don't know how to react.
I hope they don't like do another like we don't know you and we don't know if you're good, so we're all gonna fight for a little bit, and then like because they do that in every Avengers movie, like Thor and Tony fight in the first Avengers because they don't know each other. Guardians fought in the last one.
They could be Skrulls too,
bro. Like like that's the thing. Like the Skrull thing is gonna mess me up so much. All right, so you got Ant-Man and Rhodey. Thor looking pissed.
He's in front of a fire of some sort.
Think so? Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Or like Captain Marvel.
Nah, I can't wait to see him though.
God, I like the continuity of his eyes being different colors because the eye that Rocket gave him was a different color than his original.
Mm-hmm.
But then we get a shot of him walking with Stormbreaker.
He's in Wakanda.
I do think you're right. I think he's in Wakanda, or he's either in Wakanda or he's wherever Thanos was at the end.
That looks like Wakanda.
No, I would bet money on Wakanda.
So yeah, but then that stands to believe that Rocket is also in Wakanda.
Yeah.
Because there is a body of water
somewhere.
Because when they had the trials,
I'm just like, where are crabs? Like. Now I'm trying to think, like, you know what
I
mean?
don't know, but that's not important. But when they were doing the trials, they had a waterfall into a body of water.
Right, okay.
And
it was a big river.
lake, too, where Bucky was held up.
Okay. So, I would say that he's probably in Wakanda.
Stormbreaker.
But somebody was like, like, when they laid this out, when they said it, I was like, I don't know about that. That would feel kind of weird. But when they laid it out, I was like, okay, that would be so deep and good writing if they could pull it off. Like, what if this is the beginning of the movie? Like, this shot. And this is wherever, like, Thanos' planet. And because in the comics, Thanos just becomes, like, a fucking farmer. Like, he's like, I'm done. Like I did it.
We're good.
I'm retired. And Thor just shows up to that planet and basically has a conversation with Thanos. Like, are you fucking happy now? You, like you think the universe is saved? The universe is in turmoil right now. You were wrong. Are you happy with what you've done?
They can't just talk him into like, duh, you're right.
No, but like
undo.
But like, and then like. Because the Russos have said the gauntlet's damaged. Like, what if, like, Thanos is just like, fucking take it. Like, I don't even need it anymore. Like, it's just like, I don't know. But
that'd be really... that would be almost as bad as Luke Skywalker...
throwing the lightsaber over his
shoulder. Getting his lightsaber back and just going... Like, oh, this? Yeah, take it. I would be furious.
Well, it's not like there's a music cut and he goes...
It would still. I would still.
Or he just drops it in front of Thor. Like, you go ahead, you use it. Like, I don't know.
Or what if it messed up Thanos?
Like in the head,
mentally.
That he did it. Well, I'm sure he's not
just
like
the power 100%. Of the stones just messed him up. I don't know.
All right, so Thor and maybe Wakanda. This right here. Where the hell is Hawkeye? Like. What is it? It looks like some like portal thing in the back or space.
Kree, something Kree in the back.
I don't know, but it's like it also kind of looks like rubble too. Like you kind of looks like rebar or something like going through there.
Go a little bit forward. Just a hair. Okay.
Up too far.
Too far.
Hold on.
Oops. Okay, well.
Hold
nope.
on. Hold on. We got this. I hate the YouTube.
Jeez. But I don't know where he is. It seems like
You can mute it. Like, you don't really need the sound.
seems like I don't know. I don't know where he is.
And he's looking up at something. And it's red.
I think
It's red
this
in
is
his
where
face.
they find Hawkeye. You know, when in the trailer where he's like full Ronin.
You think? Because it was raining and his hair was wet.
He might. Well, he had a hood up. This might be inside somewhere because there's no sunlight. Know what I mean?
This might be the first time, not the event, but we see Hawkeye. Like, we see Hawkeye fucking shit up, doing things. And then, like, he walks
This is
outside.
where they meet
and
the Avengers again?
He walks outside and fucks a bunch of people up, and then Widow's behind him. Something like that. Like, this is the shot before that scene. Something like that.
Maybe.
Could be. But I just... but I don't know. Like, because it also looks so weird in the back. Like, it looks like... I don't know if it's quantum realm. Like, I have no idea.
I don't think anyone else is even in the quantum realm.
I think they're going to use it, though. I do think they're going to use the quantum realm.
They might use it, but I don't think anyone's there right now.
Like, I think the quantum realm might be the secret to all of this. Like, the secret of, like, because, like, what if Ant-Man being in the quantum realm was what kept him from being snapped?
Yeah.
Because, like, Ant-Man seems to be a huge part of this thing.
A giant part of this?
Yeah, a giant part of this thing. He seems to be, like, really important to the story. Like, they've shown him in both trailers. He was a key butt end of the last trailer. You know, hey, can you guys let me in? Like, almost as if, like, why would he immediately go there? Like, you know, like, it's like he knows something. He's like, I have something to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I got out. Captain Marvel saved me. Because she was in the quantum realm, too. I don't know.
Was that thing with 1998 or 1989? In that, when he's outside, he's like, can you let me in? That date. Was that confirmed?
I don't think so. But, I don't know. So, last shot of the... Before we get the... Well, no, there's two more shots, actually. One of my favorite shots of the whole damn thing.
So... That tells me that this is a training montage.
You think the Cap tightening up the shield? I don't think so. I think Cap's about to die. Right after whatever happens in that scene. Because watch, he's trembling as he's grabbing it. Like he's been in battle and his hands are dirty.
Oh, I noticed that now.
Dude, I think he is done ski.
You think he's like going to die?
I think that was something like right after a good fight with Thanos. And he is just like... but he's got the circle shield back. Yes. And and I said like Cap's got like 4 costumes in this movie. He's got his like it looked like he had the Winter Soldier. I bet the Winter Soldier one was like the only one that was at the Avengers compound, like it was there. So he used that one. When they somehow go back in time or whatever to the New York battle, he's wearing his original one. And then apparently they all have. There's been some concept art of them all in these like dope ass kind of like space Avengers suits, so they can all go into space to fucking fight Thanos. Fuck.
I hope they don't do too much in this movie, because
right now it's still at 3 hours.
Fuck yeah.
And the hot rumor right now is that it's you know because it's still at 3 hours, or like they said it could even be 3:15.
Yes.
They said because it's like that long, it's possible that not on every day, but on opening night, there's going to be an intermission.
What?
I'd be kind of okay with that, just so there's no risk of me having to pee. You know what I mean? Like if the directors put in the intermission, not the theater. I'm saying like you know how old school movies used to do, where it didn't feel abrupt. It was a kind of a nice bookend, right in the middle of Act 2 or the end of Act 2 or whatever, and then. Like they would play like score music, so like, they would just play the Avengers themes and whatever. Like they end the first half right where it's like them walking, suit up, boom, and we're just like, But it'll feel great because it's not like Infinity War where it got to the end and we're like, no. It's like, oh, it'll be like on in 5 more minutes. Like we just can go pee and get our popcorn.
We're gonna need more than 5 minutes because a lot of people are.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Have to pee.
Like everybody's just bum rushing out of there. So, and then the very last shot is we get a shot of the Avengers walking as if they're about to go do something, like wreck some shit.
Go a little bit forward. Just a hair. Okay. So, you said earlier that there's a big spot between... That looks like Hawkeye. Right behind Rocket.
Or it could be... No, I think it's Ant-Man. Because look at the thing. It looks like his helmet and his hairstyle.
But it could be the hair, too, from Hawkeye.
You know what? It could totally also be that gap in the middle. Could be War Machine. And he's in his suit, and they just didn't put it in there. You know what I mean?
Why wouldn't they? Because they already showed him.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, well, because right now you have Cap, then Thor, then Widow, then Rocket. That's awesome.
Cap's not taller than Thor.
Yeah, he is.
No.
That's Thor. You can see the beard and the silhouette. And that's totally Cap up front.
Well, yeah, that's Cap because you see the shield, but I don't know. I'm skeptical.
That's totally Thor's build.
Never mind, you're right.
Like, that's Thor, then Widow, then Rocket. And
see, Thor's farther back than Cap. Thor's not tall, or Thor's taller than Cap.
Thor's not further back. Oh, you're talking about, like, in the shot.
Like, further back in the...
Okay.
Not, like, in line.
Well, he looks taller than him right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So it was the angle. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm apologizing.
I don't know. Yeah, you should be sorry.
But even when I made it go forward more, that gap looks even bigger now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it feels weird that there would be a gap at all. Like, why make a shot like that with a random gap right at the end? So I'm not saying it is Hulk or it's War Machine or somebody that we haven't. It could be Captain Marvel. And they just took her out of there, just like they did with Spider-Man in the Civil War trailers. You know what I mean? And then I'm just trying to look at everything. It's so cool. Like, and then obviously we get it's coming out in April. God, I'm so happy it's coming out in April and not May. Like, I'm glad they just announced that too. Like, they didn't wait. Like, they remember that before they were like, we're moving it up. They're just like, nope, April. Man, I'm just stoked about this whole thing. And we're not that far away.
No,
either.
we're not.
I think we're 75 days away.
They're so... And you said it's going to be like 3 hours long. I hope they keep it at 4 hours. I don't care.
Well, it's honestly 3 hours is not that much longer than Infinity War. Infinity War was 240, and it didn't feel like 240.
It felt like a fast 240.
It went like boom, boom because we were jumping. I don't think this movie will feel as fast because there's not as many characters, and I actually think this movie and Infinity War is one of the best, if not the best, MCU movies. I think this is gonna be better because it's gonna be more character driven.
I think it's gonna be a better movie
because they don't have to worry about, at least for the first, let's say we're just spitballing, 75 to 80% of the movie. They're not gonna have to worry about that many characters juggling that much. Not even close to the amount of Infinity War. Now, obviously, all the Dusties are gonna come back.
Dusties.
Yeah, they're gonna come back, and they're all gonna be at the butt end of the film or the last 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But the majority of the film is the original Avengers, Rocket, Ant-Man, and.
But even with all those characters at the end of the movie, if it is even at the end of the movie, we still don't like. It's not going to be that hard for them to handle those characters.
No, especially if it's
already done it.
And especially if it's just a battle scene. It's not like you have to, like, if they just all like circle shot, boom, here we go.
I think we'll need more than that.
Right, but
anyway,
they have to handle any deaths. Have to be handled with so much care. Like I say they handled Loki with care because remember how we were talking before we saw Infinity War. I actually called it. I said Thanos in the beginning of the movie is just gonna. I even said I said he would crush his throat, and you said I don't know if I'd be okay with that in the first 5 minutes. I think it would be too jarring, and I don't think it's a good enough death for Loki. But the reason it was good, it was because that speech he says as he's walking to Thanos, Loki,
son.
Odin's like, God.
Yeah, he made his death so much easier to stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So from seeing this and breaking it down, Cap or Tony, who's dying?
I think they both are.
You think they're both gonna die?
Oh yeah.
Both.
But I don't know which one would go first. I don't know.
I think Tony is gonna sacrifice himself to Cap. Not that sounds dirty. Not to Cap, but he's gonna save Cap. And then Cap's gonna
kind of like Spider-Man 3, Harry Osborn like jumps in front of Peter. I didn't mean to compare this to Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, sure, okay, but then
and then slides him off the glider, and Cap's just it was that Tobey Maguire scream.
Then Cap is gonna sacrifice himself for
Thor, for everyone.
Like
you're not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on the wire and let the other guy crawl over you. I almost said something so dumb. I said,
what if he said, "Oh my God"?
Said, it's like, go ahead, Cap, crawl over me. Like,
no. God,
go ahead.
Stole it from me. No, like Tony's about to do something, and Cap's like, "Stark, what are you doing?" "I'm cutting the wire, kid." Not kid.
I was gonna say he's older than Tony.
I'm cutting the wire, old man. And he,
or he's like, Cap, bring those wire cutters with you. That's something dumb.
All
right, let's wrap this up.
Let us know what you guys thought down in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe
so that you don't miss anything from this channel. Make sure you guys stay tuned.
Stay iconic.
And cue music.
Holy Grail.